Now we have start how to edit existing category data. So for this first, we want to make component for edit category. So here, in frontend component directory, we have create one new file with name like EditCategory.jsx. First we have to write import statement with React library and useState, useEffect hooks from React module. So here, we have brought in React core functionality, along with useState to manage form inputs, and useEffect to handle fetching category data when the component loads. Next we have to write destructuring import with useParams, useNavigate, and link from React router DOM. So here, we have imported routing tools, where useParams gets the category ID from the URL, and useNavigate, which allows redirecting after updates, and link creates Breadcrumb Navigation for a smooth app experience. After this, we have to write import statement for Axios library. Thus here, we have included the Axios HTTP client to fetch existing category details and send updates to the backend API with authenticated requests. Then we have to write import statement for Bootstrap CSS file. So here we have brought in Bootstrap styles to make the form, card, alerts, and buttons to look clean and responsive on all devices. Next we have to write function declaration for edit category component. So here, we have defined a React component that lets admins edit an existing product category in the point of sale system using a form. Inside the component, we have to write destructuring assignment to get ID from useParams hook. So here, we have grabbed the category ID from the URL to know which category data to fetch and edit. After this, we have to write useState hook for category name initialized to an empty string. So here, we have created a state to hold the category name with set category name to update it as the user types in the form. Next we have to write useState hook for category status initialized to active. So here, we have set up a state for the category's status like active or inactive, but defaulting to active, with set category status to update it when the user selects a new option. Then we have to write useState hook for error initialized to an empty string. So here, we have created a state to store any error messages from validation or API issues, with set error to show feedback to the user. After this, we have to write useState hook for loading initialized to true. Thereby here, we have set up a state to track whether the category data is still being fetched, with set loading to control user interface updates during data loading. Next we have to write constant navigate equal to useNavigate hook call. So here, we have obtained a function to redirect the user to the category management page after successfully updating the category. Then we have to write return statement, which starting JSX for rendering the edit category form. So here, we have begun creating the user interface with a title, breadcrumbs, and a form to update category details. Inside the return, we have to write React fragment to wrap multiple elements. So here, we have grouped the heading, breadcrumbs, and form without adding extra DOM nodes for a cleaner structure. Next we have to write heading 1 tag with top margin class. So here we have displayed the page title, edit category, with proper spacing from the top navigation bar. After the heading, we have to write ordered list with Bootstrap breadcrumb classes and bottom margin class. So here, we have created a navigation trail showing the path from dashboard to category management to edit category. Inside the breadcrumb, we have to write first list item with a link to dashboard. So here, we have added a clickable link to navigate back to the main dashboard and keeping navigation clear. Next we have to write second breadcrumb item with a link to categories. So here, we have included a link to the category management page, which showing the parent section of the edit action. After this, we have to write third breadcrumb item marked as active. So here, we have shown edit category as the current page without a link and making the navigation path clear to the user. Next we have to write Bootstrap row division for grid layout. So here, we have created a responsive row to center the form card in the page layout. Inside the row, we have to write column division taking 4 of 12 grid units on medium screens. Next we have to write conditional rendering for error alert. So here, we have shown a red Bootstrap alert with the error message only if the error state has a value, which giving clear feedback for issues. After this, we have to write Bootstrap card container. So here, we have created a card to wrap the edit form, which will giving it a clean, bordered look for a professional appearance. Inside the card, we have to write card header division with title. Thus here we have displayed edit category as the form's title, which reinforcing the purpose of this section. Next we have to write card body division tag. So here, we have created the main area for the form inputs, where users can edit the category name and status. Inside the card body, we have to write form element with onSubmit linked to handleSubmit function. So here, we have created a form that calls handleSubmit, so form submitted, and it will process category updates. Next we have to write division with bottom margin class. Inside this tag, we have to write label element linked to category name input. So here, we have added a label for the name input, and it will making it clear and accessible for users. After this, we have to write input field with type is equal text. After this, ID attribute is equal to category name. Under this tag, we have to write class name attribute is equal to form control. In value attribute, we have to write category name variable. And then after, we have to write onChange event is equal to function with event parameter as argument. And under this function, we have to call set category name function with parameter like event.target.value. So here, we have created a text input for category name, which bound to category name state, and updating it on user input changes. Next for set category status file, here, we have create one select tag, with ID attribute is equal to category status. Then after, we have to write value attribute is equal to category status variable. Next in class name attribute, we have to write form select bootstrap library class. And in onChange event, we have to call function with event as parameter. And in inside function, we have to call set category status function with parameter like event.target.value. So here, we have create a drop-down menu for selecting category status. Inside this tag, we have write option tag with value is equal to active, and in option value also, we have to write active. And in second option, we have to write option tag with value is equal to inactive, and in option value, we have to write inactive. So here, our category status select box is ready. Now for submit for, here, we have create, one input tag, with type is equal to submit. In value attribute, we have to write, update category, so when we have click on this button, then it will submit form data. Finally we have to write, export default statement, with edit category component name. So here, we have exported the edit category component for use in the routing setup, and admin can edit category data. So here, our basic edit category component is ready, and now we want to import this component in app.js file. So we have goes into app.js file, and here, we have write import statement with component name edit category, with path of edit category component. After this, we have goes into routes element, and under this, we have create new route element. And here, we have to write, path attribute is equal to, /categories, /edit /:id. And then after, we have to write, element attribute is equal to, open and close bracket, and between this, we have to write, open and close protected route element, and between this, we have to write, edit category element. So here, we have set up a protected route, that shows the edit category page, only to logged in admins, which keeping it secure, and displaying it inside the app's layout with navigation. So here, our code is ready, for display edit category form, under this React point of sale application. Now in browser, first we have refreshed this category list page, and here, we can see that, edit button has been displayed, in each row of data. So we have click on this row edit button, and after click on button, here, we can see that, edit category form has been displayed on web page. Now we want to display data fillable edit form, so next we want to fetch single category data from MySQL table, and display in edit category form.